Alright guys, so I'm gonna be replacing the alternator on the old Cressida over here. So, real quick, first things first, the alternator goes right here where my hand is at. In order to take it out, you have to remove a bolt that is right about here. You see the little flappy thing I'm touching? See this light? See that? That goes to the top bolt of the alternator. So once you remove that, the alternator is obviously unbolted from the top. Then at the bottom, you're gonna have to get underneath the car and remove a long bolt. It looks like this. Boom. So make sure it's a 14 millimeter. Make sure you got your wrench right here. I use the socket and the ratchet. Then once you loosen this up, which is in the bottom, which is the one that goes here. So once you loosen this up, the alternator is going to pivot. Once it does that, you'll be able to remove the belt. Then you remove this completely. This is removed. The alternator is going to be chilling there. And before you do any of that, I highly advise you to remove the connection here and the grounding cable here. Now the alternator comes out through the top. As you can see, I had to remove the whole air intake right here and this piece, so the alternator is going to come out right through here. Kind of got to play with it a little bit. But anyways, now to install it, you do, I guess you would say, the complete opposite of that. You put it in there, and we put the bolt at the bottom, not tight. Then you put the bolt at the top, put the belt on. Then I marked where the tension was at. These two little lines I put right there. But it's always best if you have a belt tensioner gauge. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Put the intake back on, fire it up, measure the voltage of the battery, and see what we get. I knew my alternator was going out because the charge light and the brake light were just flickering on and off at the dash. And 2 days ago when I was driving her, the radio died. The car accelerated, but it didn't do much, and then eventually she just died. Luckily, I made it to the parking spot. But yeah, I'll let you guys know how it goes. Alright, so like I said, put on the longer bolt first. Not too tight, a little snug, just so the alternator will stay in its place. Once you have done that, obviously you already put the alternator on. Put your hoses back on, make sure those are nice and tight. You don't mess up the mass airflow sensor signal if you got some type of vacuum leak going on here. Alright, and once you've done that, that top bolt that I showed you guys right there, put that on snug, not too tight. And then you're gonna see a small, you can't see, I'm gonna take my hand off right there. And you're not gonna be able to see it. Hold on, maybe if I go to a flashlight. Hold on, give me a second. Boom. See if you can see right there. There's a small 10 millimeter, yeah, you can see right there, perfect. 10 millimeter nut. That's going to be your adjustment nut. Alright, so pull back on it some. Like I said, I don't have a bent tension gauge, but just make sure it's snug. I'm pretty sure you're not going to be dumb and put it too tight. You'll snap the fucking belt. Excuse my language. You'll snap the belt. But other than that, nice and snug. Make sure your grounding cable is on, which is right there. Your other cable's on there. All that's good to go. Start it right up just like I did. And then measure your voltage, direct voltage, DC voltage to the battery. And it should be around, according to the manual, I have the manual, it should be between 13.5 to 15.0. And if it's not, that means your IC regulator is back on the alternator is not good. Mine is right now reading at 14.2 like a champ. So yeah, so there you have it. Very simple stuff. Actually, it's very fun.